Australia this week.
Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Well, how is it untypical?
Well, there are a lot of these ships going around the world all the time, and very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that tankers aren't safe.
Was this tanker safe?
Well, I was thinking more about the other ones.
The ones that are safe?
Yeah, the ones the front doesn't fall off.
Well, if this wasn't safe, why did it have 80,000 tonnes of oil on it?
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't safe. It's just perhaps not quite as safe as some of the other ones.
Why?
Well, some of them are built so the front doesn't fall off at all.
Well, wasn't this built so the front wouldn't fall off?
Well, obviously not.
How do you know?
Well, because the front fell off and 20,000 tonnes of crude oil spilled into the sea caught fire. It's a bit of a giveaway. I just like to make the point that that is...
Central Services. We do the work, you do the pleasure.
Hi there. I want to talk to you about ducts. Do your ducts seem old-fashioned, out of date? Central Services' new duct designs are now available in hundreds of different colours to suit your individual taste. Hurry now, while stocks last, to your nearest Central Services showroom. Designer colours to suit your demanding taste.
This has got a toughened screen. So if you're like my nephew, who, when his dad had just bought a brand new LCD TV off us here at QVC, 4 weeks later, Hugh put the hand controller from his Wii through the screen of his LCD telly, and it was a complete write-off.
Whoa.
Okay, you won't find that so much with a plasma TV, and I'm going to do something now that makes a lot of people shy away and get quite angry. Oh, I've broken it. Look at that. I think it's...
Security footage at the construction site of the Olympic Village captured this unknown instigating a gang fight in what appears to be a territorial battle. Police investigation began earlier this morning when the construction crew found blood on the ground. It is as of yet uncertain whether this incident has anything to do with the village itself, that is, if these hooligans have any plans of committing acts of terror on the village or its patrons once construction is complete, or if it is merely business as usual on the streets. With the BBC, this is your chance to witness.
This is the crowd at the G20 protests on April the 1st around 7:20 p.m. They are on Cornhill, near the Bank of England. This footage will form the basis of a police investigation into the death of this man. Ian Tomlinson was walking through this area, attempting to get home from work. Minutes after this was shot, Tomlinson collapsed and died further along the road. In a statement after his death, police initially said protesters impeded medics from treating Tomlinson. This is the final image of him alive.
This is the oil rig before it finally sank, but the resultant oil spill could become one of the worst man-made environmental disasters in history. 8,000 barrels of oil per day could leak from the destroyed rig, located just 70 kilometers from the coast of Louisiana in the Gulf of Mexico. The Coast Guard says a large oil slick has settled on the surface of the sea. Now a massive cleanup operation is underway to prevent the oil from hitting land in the Gulf states of Louisiana, Alabama and Mississippi. British oil giant BP, which leased the platform, had dispatched a fleet of boats to try to keep environmental damage in check. US President Barack Obama says the federal response to the disaster is a major priority. It's still not known what caused the explosion. 126 people were on the rig at the time of the blast. Most of them were rescued, but several are in a critical condition. A number of others are still missing. Coast Guards now say the chances of finding them alive are increasingly slim.